Welcome to ZoomInData. In this video, we will discuss Power Apps interview questions on variables, collections, and state management, one of the most important and commonly asked topics in real-time projects and interviews. Understanding how state is managed inside a Power App is critical for building stable and scalable applications. Many performance issues, unexpected behaviors, and bugs in Power Apps happen because of poor variable and collection handling. In this session, you will clearly understand why state management is important in Power Apps, how variables and collections work behind the scenes, common mistakes developers make with app state, how experienced developers manage state in real projects. 1. Why is state management critical in Power Apps? State management controls how data is stored and remembered while the app is running. Without proper state management, apps behave unpredictably, showing wrong or outdated data. It helps maintain consistency when users navigate between screens. Good state management improves reliability and user trust. 2. How does poor variable management affect app stability? Incorrect variable usage can cause values to change unexpectedly. Apps may show inconsistent data across screens. Bugs become difficult to identify and fix. App behavior may differ for different users. 3. When should global variables be avoided? When values are needed only on a single screen. When excessive global variables make the app hard to understand. When multiple developers work on the same app. When accidental overwrites can cause side effects. 4. How do screen-level variables improve readability? They limit variable usage to a specific screen. Developers immediately know where the variable is used. Reduces confusion and accidental changes. Makes the app easier to maintain. 5. What risks arise from excessive collection usage? Large collections consume more memory. Performance may degrade on mobile devices. Data can become outdated if not refreshed properly. Debugging becomes more complex. 6. How do collections differ from direct data source usage? Collections store data locally in memory. Data source access involves network calls. Collections improve performance but require manual refresh. Data sources always reflect latest data. 7. What happens to variables when an app is refreshed? All variables reset to their default state. Any temporary data stored is lost. App starts with a clean state. Developers must reinitialize required values. 8. How do collections support offline scenarios? Data can be stored locally in collections. Users can continue working without internet. Changes can be synced later. Example: a field inspection app stores inspection data in a collection when offline. 9. What challenges arise when managing multiple collections? Keeping data synchronized becomes difficult. Increased memory usage affects performance. Developers may lose track of data flow. Clearing or refreshing becomes error-prone. 10. How does state persistence impact user experience? Users expect apps to remember their inputs. Losing state frustrates users. Proper persistence improves usability. Apps feel more professional and reliable. 11. What mistakes do developers make with variable naming? Using unclear or generic names. Reusing names for different purposes. Not following naming conventions. Making debugging harder. 12. How does improper state handling cause unexpected behavior? Buttons may behave differently each time. Screens may show incorrect data. Conditional logic may fail randomly. Bugs become inconsistent. 13. When should collections be cleared or refreshed? When navigating away from a process. After submitting data to backend. When stale data may cause errors. To free memory and improve performance. 14. How does state management differ in single-screen apps? State is easier to track. Fewer variables are needed. Navigation complexity is low. Bugs are easier to identify. 15. What challenges exist in multi-user state handling? Each user session has its own state. Shared data must be handled carefully. Conflicts can occur in shared records. Back-end validation becomes important. 16. How do variables interact with navigation logic? Variables control screen visibility and flow. Incorrect values can send users to wrong screens. Navigation depends heavily on state accuracy. Clear logic improves user flow. 17. What performance concerns exist with large collections? Increased memory consumption, slower screen rendering. Mobile devices may struggle. App responsiveness decreases. 18. How does state management affect debugging? Poor state makes bugs unpredictable. Developers cannot reproduce issues easily. Clear state logic simplifies troubleshooting. Debugging time reduces significantly. 19. How do collections support batch operations? Multiple records can be processed together. Reduces repeated back-end calls. Improves performance for bulk actions. Example: submitting multiple form entries at once using a collection. 20. When should temporary state be avoided? When data must persist across sessions. When user progress must be saved. When business logic depends on it. When data loss can impact users. 21. How do variables impact app predictability? Predictable variables create consistent behavior. Unexpected changes confuse users. Stable state builds trust. Predictability is key for enterprise apps. 22. What interview questions focus on collections versus variables? When to use collections instead of variables? Performance impact of each. Offline and batch usage scenarios. State persistence behavior. 23. How does state management influence maintainability? Clean state logic is easier to modify. Reduces technical debt. New developers understand the app faster. Long-term support becomes simpler. 24. What risks exist when state logic is spread across screens? Logic becomes hard to trace. Bugs appear unexpectedly. Maintenance effort increases. App behavior becomes inconsistent. 25. How do experienced developers manage app state effectively? They minimize global variables. Follow clear naming and structure. Centralize critical state logic. Regularly review and refactor. Thank you for watching. Hope this video helped you understand variables, collections, and state management in Power Apps clearly. Right finger if you want real-time Power Apps projects guidance. Contact ZoomInData. Right finger if you want more interview questions based on real-time projects. Contact ZoomInData. TV channel, ZoomInData. Keep learning, keep growing.